Whilst we may have all gotten used to the Clashoween troops, the event is ending in a couple of days, and Hooked is going to show you the top 3 Town Hall 16 attack strategies to use when the event is over. So in today's video, we're going to do a live war attack with each of the top 3 attack strategies. And at number 3, we have Dragon Clone. This army is the best spam army in the game. It is still seriously strong. In terms of hero equipment, we are going to run this on the King. You can run the Earthquake Boots, but a lot of the time you don't actually want your heroes to enter the base because of the defensive clan castle, particularly if there are some ice golems or a lava hound in there. So you'd rather keep your King on the outside doing damage. The Vamp Stash you can use as well, but it doesn't do enough healing at Town Hall 16, much better at the lower Town Halls. The Queen we're going to use here, we're actually hitting a double invis base, so you're going to see the value of the Giant Arrow. The Warden, we're going to run the Healing Tome. You can use the Rage Gem if you want, and then drop maybe one Rage spell and bring a Skeleton spell and another Freeze. Up to you. And then on the Royal Champion, you can bring the Fox if you want. I prefer the Diggy when you're using the Rocket Spear, but let's give this attack strategy a whirl. So here's the base. We're hitting a classic double invis base, set up to be really annoying unless you've got the Giant Arrow. Now, if you're in Legends League, always bring the Giant Arrow with this attack strategy. If you're in War and you know you're not going to get any value from the Giant Arrow, then you can bring the Mirror Clone or the Invis Vial instead. But I really like the Giant Arrow just for the flexibility you get. So I'm going to set up the Baby Dragon here because we're going to pop the Queen ability on this gold mine, but I want the Queen to go up afterwards. We're going to use our dragons into the clan castle area of the base is the general strategy with this. I tried to get the sweeper as well. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. Now we start with all these dragons. And we're going to use the King in front of the Queen, obviously. Warden ability goes off, really nice. That is an annoying CC to deal with, but there's not really much we can do. We use the last of our rage spells over there. The King ability has gone off. I did kind of mess up the clone. I should have spread the clone a bit away from the town hall. That's generally what you want to do. Now, the back end invis tower might start waking up. That is not the end of the world, because I'm just going to do this. Look at that. Completely countered. The Queen is still on the top side. I've got an invis spell with this army. You generally want to use it with the Royal Champion, just in case she gets into a whole lot of trouble, because some of the time she won't get all her shots off. And now is the, I was about to say the cleanup part of the base, but I'm not going very well at all here. No way I'm going to fail. That would be kind of a bad start to the video, wouldn't it? I don't think I can keep the Queen up. Oh, I missed. That's a really bad freeze. That's a really bad freeze. Oh my word. This is going to come down to the wire. And this is why I'm not very good at this attack strategy. I'm just going to say it straight up. It's not my strongest. But this is why I don't love spam at the moment or non-fireball attack strategies. We very much are in a fireball meta. Yes, I just kept that. Never mind, I did not keep it alive. Okay, the Wizard Tower is going to target that. That's fine. This is going to be so close. I think my Warden clutches it. I think my Warden clutches it from here. I got to use this invis on the Warden, I think. No, I'm keeping those dragons alive. If I can keep them 1 HP, that would be huge. Just for any tanking and damage they can do. Oh, I've got the wizards. Oh, I should have done that earlier. Now the healers can tank, and that is a 3-star, but it's not overkill. The other armies in this video, I'm pretty confident will overkill because they are going to be slightly stronger. But in terms of spam attack strategies, this is the strongest one in spite of what I just did. I'm not good at it, and I didn't execute it well, and we were still able to get a 3-star attack. At number 2, we have Warden Charge Mass Rocket Balloons. This is my personal favorite attack strategy in the game, but the reason it's at number 2 is it is a bit more difficult than the army we have at rank 1. You need to be good at not time failing, but also being able to keep your Warden alive the entire battle. In terms of hero equipment and pets, you can see it here. You can use the Earthquake Boots on the king if you want, but you've got 3 wall breakers with this army, so I don't think the Earthquake Boots is needed. You can use the Frozen Arrow on the queen instead of each of those if you want. You obviously need this on the Warden. You need a minimum level 20 Fireball, and then on the Royal Champion, we're going to run this, but because we're running the Rocket Spear, we're going to bring the Diggy with her as well. And this is the base we're going to hit. This is the base style I struggle with most with this army, so figured I'd go with this one. Anti-2 style bases are hard because it's not easy to get your Warden to charge the Town Hall, and Rage Towers are obviously not good because it's a lot of damage on your said Warden. But let's see how this can go. So you pick your target. I'm going for this Expo here or the Builder Hut, but I want the Expo more so. And this should be rather easy to distract. Jeez, okay. Not my best. That's alright. Let's see where the Warden goes next. If he steps up, yeah, I'm going to have to cut him off there. That's fine. That's why you've got all the funneling with this. So, just setting up the Warden charge here. And the Flame Flinger on the bottom side should get good value as well. Now, I know a lot of you that love doing fireballs would probably use the invis spells there, because if you use the invis spells and landed on the Rage Tower that's right here, I would have got this Ricochet Cannon and the Multi-Inferno as well. But the way I see it with this attack strategy is there's just no need to waste spells on the Fireball if you don't have to. I'm more than happy to deal with these defenses now. There's not much damage in the area, and I don't want to get too crafty with invis spells because stuff can go wrong if you're not on top of it. Whereas just do simple fireballs and you will get 3-star attacks. That's the way I view this army. So the Warden charge is going well. I'm going to let my Warden charge a bit more. He's not going to go into the Town Hall. Now, the big thing here is... Oh, he might. Never mind, the Defensive Queen coming in clutch. So we'll Rage here and use a Freeze. And now I've got to start my King and the Queen. And I just want my King and Queen to get any value possible. But most importantly, don't want to put my King or Queen anywhere near my Warden. I don't want to pull my Warden away. He's in the core of the base here. So I'm just going to use the Queen on the bottom side. We're going to deal with 2 different compartments. I couldn't keep my Warden alive there. That's not the end of the world though. That is not the end of the world. So the King ability goes off, gets lots of value. The Queen's on the bottom side. Now we have the CC coming out. Going to use the Royal Champion on the top, and I'll use her ability any second now. We'll pop the Queen ability. And look at this. The Diggy's going to be so good here. Now, unfortunately, we do pull a Skelly, but there's not really much we can do about that. We have heroes everywhere. I have so many spells left up. This is everything that the army is all about. And now we can just keep using the spells as we need. I'm sitting on the rocket balloons. Some of the time you need the rocket balloons. If you do the attack strategy well, you never will. And that is a 3-star attack. Easily done, even though I don't keep the Warden alive. So I couldn't keep him alive. I wasn't good enough to do that. But I kind of like that to show you, well, you don't have to be amazing with your Warden charges. You just got to get a good fireball and a bit of funnel value. Spread the rest of your heroes out and the rocket balloons, and you get 3 stars. And at number 1, it should come as no surprise, we have Super Witch Fireball. But we've got a mixture of druids and healers. So 2 druids are going to be used on the outside of the base, and the 5 healers are going to be used in the very center of the base. This attack strategy is still so strong, even with all the nerfs that came its way. We're going to run the Earthquake Boots on the King to open up the base for our Super Witches. We're going to run the Classic on the outside of the base for the Queen equipment. We're going to run, obviously, this on the Warden. Don't worry, you can do this with a level 20 Fireball. That's fine, particularly because most of the time with this attack strategy, you're not trying to get the Fireball deep into the base, although we are going to do that in this attack. Then for the Royal Champion, I prefer this, but you can also run the Rocket Spear and the Seeking Shield if you want. Just depends which one you've got better leveled up. So like I said, generally with this attack strategy, you're going to fireball the outside of the base, but I'd love to get the fireball further into the base here. There really isn't a lot of value on the corners. I could go for, say, this Expo. That would be good value, honestly. But I think what I really want to go for is this scatter shot here. If I get that scatter shot, I can damage the Eagle, the Monolith, CC, obviously, Single Inferno, maybe even the Queen if I'm lucky. Now, it does mean a longer Warden walk, but that's fine. We've got the 5 healers for that. Now, we don't have the jelly, because some of the time with this attack strategy, you're going to do shorter Warden walks, and we can't do a short Warden walk with the jelly. The jelly, you're kind of committed to however long your jelly is leveled up to for your Warden walk. So we're going to come in from the bottom here. Is that balloon going to go the right way? Nope. It's actually kind of hard, usually on this base, to get a cocoa balloon to that Warden. There often is a trap or two. Yeah, I'm just never going to be able to get that in. That's all right. Now, I'm going to use one of my 2 rage spells here, which sounds like a bad idea, but it's going to work out fine because everything I do on this channel works out fine. I'm obviously having a laugh. I've done plenty of things on this channel that are borderline stupid. I'm just going to freeze that to make sure. Now, let's see if I can pull the Warden back. Oh my word, imagine if I still 3-star this. Okay, it's fine. So we got the Queen and the Siege Barracks on the flank, and then the King and the Super Witches in the core of the base. I'm going to use the 1 jump spell here. Peckers and... oh no, that was a dumb... Make it. Okay, it made it. Beautiful. And now we can use the Druids on the flank here. And now we use that nice King ability, and look at the damage we do through the center of the base here. We've got so many troops on the outside, which obviously isn't ideal. This base was closed, so we're not, as in the outer compartments were closed, so we're not going to get as much value from our wall breakers, etc. But I mean, look at this. Still got so many troops up for the back end here. We use that nice skeleton spell to tank all of that. It would be handy if the healers could heal the Warden, but apparently we're not doing that. Oh my word, the Warden is still up. The Unicorn is insane with this army. We got the 2 headhunters there. And look at this. I did a longer Warden walk here, which you're allowed to do with this army. I even invested a Rage and a Freeze. Not recommended at all. But I'm still going to triple this, swagging the Royal Champion for 1. But secondly, and without time being that close. Sorry, I just hit the microphone. But time really isn't that close with this army. Despite it being Super Witches and they're historically a slow army, it is not a concern at all. This works on every single base layout. Doesn't matter if you fireball immediately, if you fireball late. Doesn't matter at all. This army is the strongest in the game. And as soon as this Lava Loon Clashoween event is over, switch to this. If you don't have the fireball upgraded, you can use the Dragon Clone attack strategy. But this, for me, is the best in the game currently. Anyway, that's it for today's video. If you want to see us do a video highlighting the best hero equipment combinations and pet combinations for every single attack strategy in the game, I believe we go over the top 13 attack strategies. We'll link that video up above. It's got all the information in the world that you could need.